Hey, how you doing? This is video number 5 on my Achilles rupture recovery period. I am at week 11. So I am at 3 3/4 months. I'm 2 3/4 months. So almost 3 months. And another week, and I'll be out of the 8 to 12 month danger period, according to most of the research that I've done. A couple things to note. One is that I'm out of the boot. I do use the boot still. I have used the boot for my Taekwondo training when I'm teaching class, just because I have a tendency to teach physically and demonstrate movement, and it restricts my movement and reminds me to not do anything stupid. And I was really concerned this month, especially month 3, about a re-rupture, and wanted to make sure that I was starting to work on my strength and get through the full healing, assuming also that at my age that it takes longer to heal. And I've looked at a lot of different protocols. I've talked to my orthopedic surgeon. He told me at 2 months to get out the boot, and so I've weaned off the boot. I'm able to walk, although with a little bit of a limp still. I have a lift in my shoe, and I've gotten some compression socks, which have also seemed to help just keep the swelling down throughout the day. And I think I like those. So I wanted to show a couple of exercises that I'm doing now. It's mainly, I think, moving into a strengthening phase. It definitely is weak. The muscle does have atrophy. It's hard to trigger the upper portion of the calf muscle, and I can flex it and get it to go. But just doing a single heel raise on my left leg is not possible. So I can do a single leg raise on my right side, no problem. It's very strong, good calf strength. And balance, however, I can do on my left leg. So I can do a single leg balance. I can do a seated lift. I can do an assisted 2-foot lift to get a heel lift is what we're talking about. And I'll demonstrate a couple of these exercises. I'm now switching to slowly, and I've seen a couple of exercises, and I haven't seen a physio, but I have reviewed numerous physio protocols online with just the non-surgical protocols for Achilles rupture. And I'm a highly motivated person, so I want to heal, and I want to do it correctly. And I have to go through some rigmarole with my insurance to get physical therapy paid for. I've got to get a referral from my primary care. It's not really a big deal. I've got a list of names for physios that could help me. So far, I'm doing this on my own. I feel like it's improving still, and I'm working it still. Although this week a little bit, I had to do some medical procedures, and so it kind of threw off some of my some routine medical stuff that I had to do that kind of threw off my training practice and my regimen and my work schedule. Also, I had some meetings in the mornings, when usually in the morning I feel the strongest, and I get my coffee going, and then I do my exercises. And I've been doing exercises every day, except for this week. A little bit I slowed off. So today I rode the exercise bike, 30 minutes. I did a lot of heel lifts, different types. I'll show you the standing and seated ones. And I've also did my Taekwondo patterns, which was nice to do. I did them up through 1st degree black belt. So that's 12 or half of the patterns. And of course, I can't jump off my left foot, but I did them without the boot, and I did them carefully, and any movement that would put risk on that or excessive stretching, I didn't do. So anyway, a couple of exercises just so you can see. First, the walk. The walk is, I never thought I'd be learning to walk again, but I'm starting to, so I'll just show you. One of the things I saw on videos was that if you take a shorter step, you can still roll that foot correctly and push off on the toe. And one of the issues is that I don't, you normally push off of the toe as you drive forward, And what happens with the Achilles rupture is that you favor it and you just don't push off. You put all of the weight on your good leg and you just kind of drag that leg forward. So I've been focusing on trying to push off with that bad foot off the ball of the foot. You can see that. And it's starting to, there are times when I don't notice it. But usually when walking, I feel tension in the calf, if there's some pain. And weakness, obviously, I can't. So you can see a little bit of a limp there still, kind of, I can't do a long stride, which I can do a long stride with moving the poor leg or the injured leg forward. But as I move the non-injured leg, it's a shortened stride to try to minimize that push off. So shortening the stride on the good leg just to keep the gait even, as I'm moving. So that's, it's pretty good. I feel pretty positive about that as an improvement. I can also do a single leg balance carefully, of course, because I've worked out this leg a lot, but, there's a lot of proprioception, different muscles around there, including your calf muscle that you need to kind of keep this balance on the leg. And so just doing this, I'm trying to do these a couple times a day, 30 seconds to 60 seconds. And then I might even move my other leg a little bit just to kind of aggravate that motion. I've seen some things on wobble boards and stuff like that. I'm not ready to graduate to that yet, but we'll see. Of course, I can do a two-legged raise, but the majority of the work is being done by the strong leg. So with an assisted thing, I'll show you an exercise that I saw that I'm doing. One is it's kind of creating a box where we come up and then we go over and shift the weight to the injured leg and then slowly drop. So we come up on the strong, over, trying to stay up as high as we can, and then slowly down on the injured leg. And then sometimes I'll get up on the toes as high as I can on both, and I can feel a lot of tension in the calf on the injured leg here, but I'll just kind of do little circles. And I'm supporting my weight. The countertop in my kitchen is actually perfect at about 3 feet. This chair is a little low. So at about 3 feet with the countertop, I can support my weight, and I'll get up to the top of my toes, which is pretty difficult. And then I'll kind of circle around a little bit at the top there. For the seated toe raise, anytime I'm seated, I'm working on the lift. And then I have some dumbbells I put on the weight, or I'll cross leg. So I have just the weight of my other leg on there and push that lift. And I try to go up to the full extension that I can and come down slowly under tension. So I get up there and then push down on it and slowly let it down just to help lengthen the fibers. So that was walking and trying to stay fit. Those are the exercises and the physical improvement. Feeling pretty good about things so far, as long as I don't re-injure it. And I wanted to speak, the last part is about this kind of mental aspect of this injury. It's affected so many things. It was really difficult the first month, navigating everything from a shower to just sleeping in the boot at night, just really frustrating injury to have. Feeling I was capable of doing things in the boot, and I could do that. But if after long periods of time on my feet in the boot, my heel got really sore, just like I had an inflamed fat pad on the bottom of my heel, just because it gets pounded in that heel and it's in that plantar flex position. And very frustrating and concerning. Just a lot of time and a lot of patience for this last third month. It's been like, when can this be done? And I know I'm a long ways away. If I look at everything that I've seen, I'm at least another 3 months away from doing dynamic motions. Although I feel like it's getting better. I think it's like, darn, I have so much farther to go. So my next step really is I want to see if I can get on my road bike again, and riding the stationary bike. I'd like to get on that road bike in the next month. Even if I'm carefully doing it, or I put a brace on the ankle to make sure I don't go into dorsiflexion. I know I have to be on the ball of my foot in the clips, and that's going to put some tension on my calf. I probably won't be doing hill climbing, but I just want to be able to get out and ride the bike around. That would be a next big step for me physically and help me mentally. So patience. This is a hard thing to have when we want to get back at it. I've been teaching Taekwondo again at the University of Texas, and that's been difficult too, because I really am a physical teacher. I like to demonstrate the movements and can't demonstrate. So I've had some of my students do demonstrations for me. I just don't feel it hurts to be in the boot. You know, it's a frustrating situation. So maybe getting out of the boot for teaching class would be nice. That would also be nice. I just have to remind myself constantly not to re-injure, because I know I'm getting out of this danger period. This next week, I'll be out of the danger period, according to all the things I've seen and protocols I've seen, but also this is I'm an older person, 56. So maybe I should extend that danger period another month. You know, I don't know, but I want to be extra safe, having gone through this again. Just the idea of having to step back and do this again seems just absolutely awful. So take care of those calves, folks. Do a good stretch, warm up yourself, and do your strengthening, do some mobility, and make sure you're feeling real good before you do any hard dynamic motion. And I wish you all the best. If you're dealing with this right now yourself, things do improve. And even with the non-surgical amount, I know that Taekwondo, I injured myself doing Taekwondo, but I also know that being barefoot and doing all of the exercises that I do in Taekwondo has really made me fairly strong and very fit for my age. So everybody's a little different. But I would argue that being fit through the training in martial arts is going to help me heal this faster, I hope. And I hope to get back, as I said, within a year, back to doing the things I want to do fully, and not thinking about this. Although, as I said, the mental part is the toughest part. So if you need to talk to somebody, make sure you reach out and find some help. Mentally, it is a difficult injury to deal with at any time in your life. But me, at the end of my physical career here, it's like the nail in the coffin. And all the best to Aaron Rodgers too, by the way. I saw his injury this weekend, and we have to define ourselves all kinds of ways, not just through our physical selves, but mentally and cerebrally, and as a coach or as a helper. We don't have to do the physical thing. We can't do the physical thing in our later years. We can be physical and move, but things change. And so that is a fact. It's a fact of life. And I wish you all the best. Let me know if you have any comments or questions for me. Be happy to answer them. Have a good week, and I'll check back in a couple of weeks, and we'll see if we can get on that bike.